What is up, boys? Madden NFL Texans franchise. Usual suspects, it seems like, right? You got Michael Vick at the top of the MVP rankings. 10-0 Falcons team. This Falcons team is just, it's ungodly. It's ungodly. Tom Brady's right behind him. 7-3 Patriots. Got Willie Parker and Carnell Williams, Cadillac Williams, right behind him. Just looking at the stats already, 1,000 yards on the ground by Michael Vick. He had 1,500 that first season. I mean, yeah, oh my God. I just started watching one of the best stretches. Easily one of the best video game players I've ever seen. Dude's almost 99 in everything for passing. And yeah, let's just mention the fact that, he's got like 70 to 80 broken tackle. And he's got 93 speed. Got a 27 touchdown, 7 interception by Tom Brady. He's got a 7-3 team. There you go. Even his passing stats are not even as good as Michael Vick's, and yet they're both going to be 99 overall. Willie Parker for a very, very solid Steelers team, but not solid enough to beat us and the playoffs the year before. But I digress. Then Carnell Williams, he's got 300 less rushing yards. Now I was just looking at the attributes just to see how fast he was. Willie Parker, speed demon, but 863 yards, 11 touchdowns, 310 receiving yards off of 37 catches, and 2 touchdowns there. He's in the MVP race, but just to take a look, Michael Vick, 19 passing touchdowns, over 2,000 yards passing. And the dude, 10 games in, and he's averaging over 100 yards on the ground as a quarterback. It's just not fair. I'm hoping that I don't have any bit of slip-ups again, but let's just look at how good Clinton Portis is. 1,394 yards already on the ground. Only 242 yards to supplement that 1,300 on the ground. That's just how good this dude is. How good he was. The team's 4-6. How the hell do you have 1,394 yards when you have a negative type of game script for your team? If you're 4-6, chances are you are passing the ball. You're behind. That other team just said, "Fuck it." We're gonna have our name changed in about a decade and a half. Who gives a fuck about this team? Let's just give a fuck about Clinton Portis. We're just going to hand the ball off, and we're just down by 5 touchdowns. Screw it. He'll break records. Now look at an offensive player. Got Randy Moss now on this Falcons team. He's 32 years old, still 97 overall, 93 speed. So the speed's gone down a little bit, but it's still his jumping, his catching, his awareness. Now looking at Defensive Player of the Year. Julian Peterson, 11 sacks on the season. One of the best cover linebackers. Lots of tight ends just did not have a comfortable time facing Mr. Peterson. Al Wilson right here out of Tennessee, the middle linebacker for a solid Broncos defense. You got Ian Gold as well out of Michigan, one of the better outside linebackers at the time. London Fletcher, of course, 90 overall. He is 34 years old, but again, London Fletcher didn't give a shit. And you could say, oh yeah, his speed's like 71 or something. Well, his speed was never more than like 79. Let's be honest. Mike Peterson, speaking of, 79 speed. But looking at Julian Peterson's stats, 99 overall, tackling, awareness, speed is 83. Only 74 strength, but again, he was a coverage type of guy in linebacker position. And he just got shit done. And he's getting shit done right here, leading the league for defensive MVP. Now Mr. Percy Jackson Hackett leading the way for the Buccaneers. They're 3-7, but hey, they got a bright future with this guy at least as the Rookie of the Year, offensive rookie. Got Mr. Barry, who we will be facing this week with the Colts defensive rookie, William Cameron, middle linebacker, actually a 6th-round pick, 88 tackle. Speed isn't great or anything, but 88 tackle. The awareness is just going to build upon him as well. Here we go, 7th overall pick out of UCLA. For this team, in addition to a London Fletcher, you got Mark Jones now, 79 overall, 5th-round pick, already getting things done for a Steelers team. Mind you, again, it helps when you have other very, very good players with you. It's like as if you had a running back who's a rookie, 4th-round pick. Now, let's just say the offensive line was stellar. Anyways, it's going to help him out. And for instance, you got a middle linebacker that has like London Fletcher and whatnot as well. And you got this Mark Jones guy on the Steelers. There's probably a good chance that Michael Strahan and company, who got signed by them in free agency, it's going to help big time. But looking at the standings, Steelers now 8-2. Patriots must have been on their bye week this week, 7-3 still. Texans 7-3. So going from 3-2 to 7-3, been on a nice streak. Colts now 6-4. Colts have actually lost 4 straight games. losing 4 straight games. I'm pretty sure they were 6-0 to start this season. But there you go, Falcons 10-0. But take a look, 7-3, 6-4. Just pretty good defense, I have to say, by the Colts, ironically enough. But only 179 points compared to our 231 put up by our Texans team. I'm looking forward to this game. I mean, this is going to have, when you kind of look at it, the Titans were in position to win the division last year. But again, just that Titans team, to me, just doesn't look good. Vince Young doesn't look good right now. And go figure. Go figure. Not going to mention Steve McNair, even though I just mentioned Steve McNair. But hey, more importantly, let's take a look at this 7-3 matchup against a 6-4 Indianapolis Colts team here in H-Town, here in Houston, Week 12. As this is pretty much going to have decent playoff implications, considering a winner of every division gets to the playoffs. And then looking at it, Peyton Manning's healthy, but there's a lot of supporting roles. At least you have Marvin Harrison right there, and Dwight as well. So this Colts team just not sitting all too bad, but considering some of the injuries have taken its influence, and it is 6-4 team now after starting 6-0. Anthony Weaver gets the tackle on Mr. Michael Turner. Now Peyton Manning going to drop back, tossing it out, almost picked off by players on this Texans defense. 3rd and 9 later on in the drive. Pass out, should have been picked off by Phillip Buchanan. Could have taken that to the house. But however, though, damage was done for the most part, and that should have been picked off now. Not good, not comfortable with passing by either one of these star quarterbacks. David Carr gets sacked. 3rd and 20. Again, this Colts defense is pretty stellar, but however, though, there is this man, Mr. Crawford, with 98 speed and 97 leaping ability. He's going to get things done, and honestly, I may trade a Roddy White now that we've built him up quite a bit, because this guy's just making moves. And what's crazy about it is that you could expect him to get wide open sometimes with a 98 speed, but what I'm more impressed by is that he's just getting lit up after some of these catches, and he's just holding on to the ball. So I can appreciate that. Wait for that awareness to boost, and then we have ourselves like a 95 overall to almost 99. He's got the makings of a 99 overall player. But enough of that. Passing it out to Mr. Putzer, and he puts it in the right spot to Mr. Putzer for a nice little touchdown drag play. Well, no, kind of like a flat, more likely a flat, but wide open. It didn't seem like the coverage, it wasn't man or anything like that, and they're gonna have to pay for it. 6-0, make it 7-0 after these fans can stop fucking over celebrating to start this game off. Now Michael Turner gets himself set up with a nice run, more so to do with the poor pursuit by this defense. Now Peyton Manning drops back. Beautiful pass out to Mr. Alexander. It's going to lead to another 15-20 yard player. So after encroachment on the previous play, pass out to Mr. Berger. And that Berger is going to lead to them a 3rd and inches opportunity. And Michael Turner is just the perfect guy to get it done for you. First down by the Colts after that run. And then Michael Turner is going to set up another one. Nice broken tackle on Greg Earl. And there you go. 2nd and 3 later on in the drive. Another pass. Mr. Berry. First down catch. Now 2nd and 10 later on in the drive. And a nice sack by Mr. Greenwood. It's going to lead to a 3rd and 16. Peyton Manning in the shotgun position. Passes it all the way out. And a beautiful batted down ball is going to lead to a Vinatieri 3 points. So 7-3 has been kind of a shaky start by this Colts team. Hasn't been the most smooth of starts by anybody overall, but hey, Putzer's getting things done. As long as you puts it in the place, Putzer's making the catch. And at this point, Owen Daniels has already made his influence. And speaking of making, he's making a nice little run right here by David Carr. He wasn't extremely slow for a pocket passer, but I say that and he's just not able to get out of these situations. But 46 yards now should be automatic for what is pretty much known as the best kicker in the last couple of seasons in the NFL, Mr. Josh Brown. He's going to take down to the H down to the Mr. Brown to the downtown, all the way down through the uprights. Going to lead to 10-3 lead. Michael Turner gets the 5-yard run, but apparently that's just good enough. This team's antsy in the pantsy. They're going to do a no-huddle offense for some reason at this point of the game. Is what it is. Going to lead to a batted down ball by Mr. Russell, who I think Russell and Crawford are going to be stars for this team in years to come. Both one on the offensive end at wide receiver, and you got middle linebacker, and unfortunately so poor coverage going to lead to a nice catch by Mr. Page. And it's going to be another first down for this Colts offense. Only a 7-point lead here with 7 minutes left in the first half. But again, it just looks like overall, Jesus Christ, D'Amico Ryans, you got to pick that off. I don't give a shit if you're a linebacker out of Alabama. You got to get that shit. And it's going to lead to Texans ball. Huge pass out to Andre Johnson. I thought he almost made this leaping catch. Have y'all, please let me know, have y'all ever made a leaping catch, like a manual leaping catch? Gonna be incomplete pass right there to Roddy White. But a lot of times it's like NCAA, beautiful play by Buchanan. However, though, penalty on Indianapolis. Just gonna actually lead to more lemon juice and salt in this wound of what has been kind of a slow start for a Peyton Manning offense. And then bam, there you go, Mario Williams, the sack, going to lead to Texans ball. And then David Carr just should have tossed it away once I was outside of the tackle. Is what it is, though, because the huge play of this game, beautiful arm by David Carr. What a rope on this one. Had to go at least 60 yards, but big play by Andre Johnson. Easily 60-yard pass, and then who else on a corner route? Again, just look at that catch. Look at that catch. I mean, just how much awareness do you need? Take a gander. Let's just take a moment of silence. But a sick play by Mr. Crawford. And the fans are, again, you know, over-celebrating. But again, it's Houston. We haven't won a Super Bowl since 2 years ago. But should have been able to face, you know, there's a good, what sucks, though, is that could have been set up in a beautiful interception this time around by D'Amico Ryans. And the Texans are moving their way down. Crawford was wide open, but however, it's going to get hit on this play, and Babineau is ready to go. And it's going to lead to an actual pick six for this Colts team. And ironically enough, the first touchdown scored of the day is by that defense on the Colts. But hey, who else to beat them back again than a speedy Andre? They're not going to catch up to him. Huge pass again by the ginormous arm of the Fresno State alumni quarterback, David Carr, who I think was more talented than his brother Derek. But Derek had a better coaching situation and a better team. But I digress. Big play by Andre Johnson, Mr. number 80. Going to lead to easily over 100 yards on this young day, not even the end of the first half. And then now looking at it here at the end of the first half, and you already know it's going to be a Peyton Manning 2-minute drill. And what a start for a 2-minute drill. Terrible, terrible pursuit and tackling. And a huge, huge play. Pretty sure it's the biggest play by this offense scrimmage today. Later on the drive, 3rd and inches, Peyton Manning going to toss this one in. Poorly judged by Philip Buchanan, a.k.a. the user, a.k.a. me. It's going to lead to a touchdown. Now Roddy White here going to get the catch on this play to start off our drive here in the second half. Dominic Davis, nice broken tackle, but again, just another penalty. It's going to be Mr. Spencer, left guard. And for, I believe, Mr. Pitts. Mr. Pitts. And that should have been picked off, considering the amount of shit that I've thrown today. But it's 17-24. It is a ball game yet again. And I say this, but Mr. Russell, beautiful interception and make it now. I mean, he's going to be the impact player for this defense. Crawford gets another pass in, and Crawford gets another touchdown reception. They can't guard this man. And honestly, he's 6'3", leaving out of the building. We just got a guy out of USC in the draft, who Mr. O'Neal, not nearly as fast, but he's got decent size, and he can just leap out of the building. I'm looking forward to it. And honestly, I don't want to think about Andre Johnson retiring, but give it about 5 or 6 years, and the man's going to be 33, or no, maybe 34, 35 years old. But again, that's just a different story. We don't have to talk about that shit right now. Dominic Davis, happy little plays, happy little runs, first down, up by 14 at this point. Taking a gander, going to dump it down to Cook, because that's the first I've seen of this man all day, and he decides to do this shit to us. Look at this shit. Dominic Davis does pull off a nice little clutch tackle, and we're actually going to appreciate that in a second. But hey, I mean, I couldn't help myself. Didn't that look awkward? I had to go straight to challenge a play. And there you go. We're taking our gander at it. Not a good angle at all whatsoever, so that's beautiful. Leave it to like a TV situation. No good angle whatsoever. and it does not appear that his elbow was down. It looked like it was. It looked like the ball may have been out a little bit before, and it's actually going to ring true. Play's going to stand on that one. Now Colts are at the 5-yard line. Thank God Dominic Davis caught up to him, but still, it's going to set up an opportunity for this Colts team to get a touchdown. They do to Mr. Berry, the rookie. He's getting things done with, and yeah, I forgot Marvin Harrison actually retired. So Mr. Berry's holding the number 88. Roddy White is not able to hold the ball, and David Carr gets injured. Injures his chest. I really hope it's not some torn pectoral muscle or anything like that, but Mr. McMahon comes in, and he's going to be tossed around like Vince McMahon from the WWE, and it's going to be Colts ball again, and all they need, well, what they need is to have good pass protection, but only down by 7. Colts on their way to a 2-minute drill, pass down to Mr. Drones, but it's going to be a 4th down. It's going to be Texans ball. What can McMahon do? It's just another sack. His team's going to bring the pressure. Thank God it's not for multiple weeks. But also to win this game for the most part, at least to have some bit of hope that we're going to make the playoffs in general. Kind of some stability to know that we're going to most likely win a division, so we can be comfortable, and then from there move our way into having a first-round bye. But you got the Patriots and the Steelers knocking on doors. Not really knocking on doors. They're going straight up fucking, ATF and DEA, but there you go. But, however, though, rookie left tackle, Mr. Michaels, ends up fucking this one over for the Colts, and it's just going to lead to just straight up just fuckery, as the Colts just not able to, at this point, get the first down. Now 4th down right here. What are we going to look at? Peyton Manning getting down the field now. It's going to lead to a Colts first down. This is the part to where I think we had fucked things up. I thought we had fucked things up. One, they're starting to gain momentum to show just how easily it's going to be them getting down the field, but also, two, we had just, once we had 2 or 3 drives to where we can at least move the ball down to eat up clock, or maybe even get 3 points out of it. But 4th down on this, now 4th down and 4, what's going to happen? Pass out, dangerous pass. It's actually going to get batted down by Texas A&M alumni, Mr. Walker. And then a pass down to Mr. Dominic Davis, going to lead to a first down. And after the turnover on downs, we get the first down, and it's only going to lead to us running out the clock. 31-24 against this Indianapolis Colts team. Maybe we got lucky a little bit at times. A couple big plays here and there, but I think the passing game was good. But ultimately, too, I don't think this Indianapolis Colts team is quite what it was on offense. But hey, 8-3. It's always fellas.